I appreciate you being here. If you want to just introduce yourself, your name, where you're from, and then how many cars you have right now.
Yeah, my name is Phil. I'm in Los Angeles, based off in Arcadia. I have about 70 cars. Started 2 years ago.
Nice, nice.
hmm
So take me back to the beginning when you started this. You start pretty quickly, or did you start slow? How did it go in the beginning?
I kind of well, my wife got laid off from her insurance agent job during COVID. So we're like, hey, just buy a couple of cars and try to throw on Turo. And yeah, it got booked out. So we just went crazy and started buying cars. Like every other week, we're just like, buying like 10 cars here, 5 cars there. So we're at like 70 cars now.
Do you co-host any of them, or you own them all outright?
I own them all except for just like one car that I just go home for my uncle since he's a truck driver and he doesn't really use his car. So yeah, I basically own all the cars, just me and my wife.
Wow, that's amazing. I'll say at your size, I've never met anybody with that many cars all on their own. Usually it's
Oh
co
really?
Yeah.
Yeah. It's a little bit tough, managing, but it's okay.
Yeah. So how do you manage? Is it you and your wife running the whole show?
Yeah, so just me and my wife. We have a delivery team, which is my wife's sister and then my cousin. So and then we have another a friend of ours and that lives near LAX airport. So yeah, we have a total team of I say like five, including me and my wife.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. And then, so I was looking at your fleet a little bit, and you have a huge mix. I mean, you
Yeah.
have stuff like, you have a mini convertible all
Uh,
the way up to that Range Rover for 799 a day.
yeah.
MSRP of 150. I mean, you got tons of stuff. So tell me about when you got started. What was your goal? Like, what were you buying at first? Were you buying the luxury cars, or were you buying like the Mini Coopers?
No, when we first started, I kind of I always wanted a Tesla. Like 2 years ago, everybody wants a Tesla, and I'm like, hey, I want to try a Tesla since we're gonna rent it out and try to make some money. So we started with a Tesla, and I have a car that we never used, which is a Fiat 500L, and yeah, they just all went out. And yeah, that's great. So we just ended up doing research to see what car is good, what's not. So like there's like different opinions from everybody. So I was like, I'm not gonna listen to anybody. I'm just gonna buy whatever car that I like.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
That's crazy. So it took 2 years to get to 75 cars.
Yes.
Okay, and then that's a lot of cars. Where do you store them?
Everybody asks me that where I store them, but if I store all 70 cars, then I wouldn't be in business, right? They just keep on rotating. We have maybe about like 5 to 8 cars like sitting at my driveway and my park on the street, but it just rotates. Like
Okay.
this month we're all out. We only have like 2 cars in the driveway, and yeah, and then yeah, it just keeps on rotating.
You're fully booked with 75 cars?
Yeah, I'm fully booked except for just 2 cars, which
That
is
is
yeah,
amazing.
which is on snooze because have to do some maintenance on there.
Wow, that's super cool. So, what do you think you're doing differently? Because I know that depending on the area, right now may be a little slow for some people. But
Uh-huh.
what do you think that you're doing right now, maybe to stay fully booked?
Honestly, you know how everybody's like, oh yeah, make the price cheaper, lower
Yeah.
the amount. Um, I make the price higher. I make them higher because um, before I was lowering the price, and you get the different clientele that only rents 1 days, 2 days, 1 day's rent, 2 days. When I raise my prices higher, I start getting like 2 weeks to 3 weeks bookings.
Wow.
Yeah, that's just how they're like. You know what? And they take care of your cars more. I don't know.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's interesting. I've never heard of that approach before.
yeah,
Places.
yeah.
So we met on the Facebook chat because you sent in a screenshot of the booking. I mean, how long was it?
Like about almost a year. One of the car was actually more than a year. That was just like the end of the booking. It was actually 1.5 years.
A year and a half of
Yeah,
renting a car.
yeah, it was a year and a half because after 365 days, Turo doesn't let the guests extend it anymore. So we have to put a new booking for the guests.
Wow. So that's crazy. So were they like extending every day, or was it every week or month? How were they extending?
We're just extending every month.
Every month? Were they
Yeah.
doing like Ubering or
No, they were actually on a contract, on a work contract. So I guess I think they were probably like traveling nurses or something, and then their contract keeps extending, so they extend their booking from here.
wow, that's
Yeah.
crazy. I've never even before seeing your post and the other guys'
Uh-huh.
post, I've never seen anything close to that. Like that is crazy.
Yeah, that's not one car. There's actually two cars. The other one's he's actually still in it right now, and he's still he's still he'll extending it once a month. Yeah, he works for Tesla, so Tesla flew him down here and just to hire him to stay here to do something with the superchargers.
That's crazy. So, have you talked to them about like why wouldn't you maybe buy a car at that price or?
I'm just gonna keep it like that so they could rent from me.
Yeah, yeah, of course. That just kind of blows my mind. I mean,
Yeah,
what they're spending on. I mean, to each his own, but that's
yeah,
really good for you for sure.
yeah.
So 75 cars, 2 years. So on average, and I'm sure it changes a bunch, but like, what would you say you're grossing every month?
Say around almost about 40K.
Okay,
Mhm.
40K a month. And then what are you taking home from that? What's your net?
Right now, since let me see, our take home, it all depends on. Let me see. I say about 15, about half of that.
Half,
On
50%.
yeah, about we're thinking about half of it because then most of them are like finance. We finance all our cars,
Okay.
and that goes to bills, and then we to pay our delivery team and all that stuff. I say about like half to maybe about. Let's see. Yeah, about like a little bit under half that we're taking. I say about like 40%. Yeah, just to be
Nice,
safe. Hmm.
nice.
Yeah.
So, have you done the math on like how much you own in cars right now?
Yes, I did.
How much
About
is
4.2 million.
you have 4.2 million in cars?
Yeah. that's that's the where the car that's at MSRP
Yeah.
that we actually paid for. But our actually goal is just to get the cars paid off, and when the cars are paid off, it's still about 50% of our what the car depreciate. Yeah, about like 50% to 60%. So
Okay.
I'm saying we should have like hopefully 2 million after all the cars are paid off.
Yeah, yeah,
You know,
yeah.
2 million equity.
So, yeah, yeah, yeah. So, how are you paying them off quicker than they're due? How are you
No,
doing?
I'm just doing the minimum payment. Just
Okay.
yeah, like we just wanted to at least we do the minimum payment just in case the cars doesn't get rent out. Then I still have some money in the bank just to cover that.
Mm,
Like
that's smart.
yeah, there's no no point of just giving the bank everything
Yeah,
and risk another month of you don't know what's gonna happen in the future.
yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely. So, what's your goal this month for gross revenue on Turo?
Our gross is probably pretty stable. It's always jumped around like 40 to 50, 40, 50, just around.
40,
It's
50?
always there, yeah.
Maybe about 450 to 520 this year
Yeah. Hmm.
ish.
About there, yeah, ish. Uh-huh.
Nice, nice.
Yep.
So, you've bought cars? Have you sold any yet? Or
Nope.
you
I haven't sold them yet, but then I got like a few total losses, you know.
okay.
So when the total losses, they just do me a favor by just getting rid of them.
Yeah. And have you had some success? Like the total losses, did you make money on the back end?
Oh yeah, of course. So a lot of Turo when they pay you out, they actually pay you like lower
Okay.
than low value. But you have to do your research. You gotta tell them, hey, my car's worth. Let's say my recent Range Rover, it was 2018 Range Rover Velar. They try to give me 37,000 for it, but it was actually worth about 45, 46. So I was searching up, sending them like different listings from car gurus and then cars.com, and they're running about 46, 47, 46, 47. Yeah, and then Turo actually paid me full
Wow.
price.
Wow. So that's probably a good trick. Is if you get your car totaled and they want to like, all right, we'll give you this much. Maybe don't take that initially. Like,
Don't take that. Always do your research, see how much your car worth, and go on from there.
Yeah, everything's always negotiable, especially typically in insurance too. I mean,
Yep.
you just take the first bid.
Yeah, because I used to own a body shop. Well, I recently sold my body shop a few months ago, so I could focus on Turo.
Yeah.
So I know how all the insurance company works and how they all play around and just try to be cheap.
Yeah. So what plan are you on for the Turo?
I'm on a 90 plan.
Okay, that makes sense. And then who are you using for insurance?
For regular car insurance.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'll just like personal, farmer, State Farm.
Is it a renter's policy?
No, just a regular personal
It's a
policy.
personal policy? Do they know you're renting the cars out?
Nope, they don't know that.
they just think you have 75 cars?
Well, each policy just have like 5 to 8 of them, and then
Oh, so you have multiple policies?
Yeah, we have multiple policies. Just
in the same company?
Different company, of course.
Oh, so you have what is that? Like 9, 10 companies that you have policies with?
Yeah, we have State Farm to Farmers.
What do you? And again, I'm sure it varies. But what on average are you paying a month per car?
For insurance?
Uh-huh.
They average about like 100 to 120 a month. Yeah, it depends. Like the Range Rovers, those are a lot more, or of course, because they're higher value.
Yeah.
But yeah, they're about like 100 to 125 around there.
Okay. And have you looked at getting like fleet insurance or commercial insurance? You think it'd be cheaper?
Yeah, I'm still working on that. Yeah, I'm trying to get into an insurance company called Lula for commercial, but I just don't have time to put everything together yet.
Yeah, well, the tough part is they only allow for a certain amount of values, and I know that you have some cars that are over that value.
Yep. So I think their maximum is like 80,000 or something.
Yeah. So you probably have to split it. You'd have to have like probably 1 or 2 personal policies, or another. I know that there's bigger policies for luxury cars specifically, so you could get like one policy.
I think it froze a little bit.
Oh.
Can you see me now?
Yep.
Okay. Yeah. Where were we?
I was saying, you probably have to do you'll have to split it probably like 1 luxury and then 1 Lula, which is anything under 80.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
Interesting.
Yeah.
So, have you done any like private rentals or fully Turo?
Fully Turo. I did a couple of private rental that didn't work out for me, because when they get into an accident, let's say they get into an accident, my insurance will have to cover for it, and then my rates will go up.
Really? It shouldn't. In private rentals, it shouldn't do that because we do private. We do a lot of private. Because their insurance covers the rental, like their policy transfers over to the rental, and that's typical. Unless it's, again, I'm not sure about the values. Like if you have a car that's over their amount, whatever would have to transfer over.
Yeah. So for California, the insurance covers the car, not the driver. So if let's say if my car hits somebody, then it's me. It doesn't matter who's driving it.
It never transfers?
It never transfers. That's what I thought before, until I found out the hard way. Yeah, so I did a couple of times, like, nope.
Yeah, that's scary. If it doesn't transfer, that'd be really, really scary.
Yeah, can you see me? It says my network got lost.
Yeah, I can see you.
Let me see.
Yeah, you're not frozen or buggy or anything. Looks good.
Normal?
Yep, all normal.
Yeah, on your screen it says, on my screen right here, it says you lost your network connection, try reconnect.
Oh. There it goes. Hey.
Okay, cool. Alright, we're back.
So, okay, so you have 75 cars. What does an average day look like for you?
Daily, like what kind of, like a daily check-in, check-outs?
Yeah, like you wake up, and then what do you manage from what time to what time? Like what are your...
I say about, well, we set our times from 9 9 to 9.
Okay.
So we average about like 5 to 6 cars a day for check-ins and check-outs.
Okay. So
Yeah.
it's not super like it's not a crazy amount.
It's not a crazy amount since I'm trying to attract more like the longer rentals.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So the most we have is probably about like 16 in a day.
Okay.
That was crazy. But then mostly we just average about like 5 or 6.
Okay. And so, with wanting to do longer term rentals, what are you doing to attract them, or what are you doing to get that?
I usually just make my price higher because if you have like a lower price, so you're gonna have those someone that books for a few days, then your calendar gets blocked off, and whoever wants to book a month, it won't let them because they already have a booking in between there, so they skip
Yeah.
on to the next car. So that's why we think we have a higher price. We attract the longer rentals and we shoot away the short terms.
Interesting. So, do you give discounts to the people, like for the 1 month rental? Are you giving good discounts for people doing that?
I just add a little discount on there. So
Okay.
on my listings, I usually have like 3 days, just like 2%, 2%. 1 week is like I think it was about 10%. Then for a whole month, it's probably about 15 to 20%, depends.
Okay. Nice. So, what would you say is your favorite car that you have?
My favorite car that I have,
Your fleet, yeah.
probably a Prius. To be honest,
Why?
yeah. At first, it's just like, oh yeah, my Lexus LC, that was my favorite one. The AMG is my favorite one. Like, after a while, I just like, it's just another car. Just give me something that saves gas.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
And I'm sure people love to rent stuff like that. Just easy stuff that everybody wants.
Yeah, but personally, one of my favorite one that I actually like like how it looks is a Lexus LC 500.
Those look really nice.
Yeah, it was really nice.
Do you have one or two of those?
I have one of those.
One? Okay.
Yeah.
That's not on your page. It looks. I love those cars.
Yeah.
So, would you say that the car that has the best return also is the Prius?
But the Prius, that's one of the one that rented for 1.5 years.
Yeah, that's crazy.
The Kia Niro, that one is cool. They just anything that's really gas efficient and
Yeah.
stuff. Those are really good returns.
Yeah, yeah. So when you go to the bank, how is it possible to get 75? Are these under your business, or are these all personal loans for 75
Oh,
cars?
they're all personal loans.
How-
Yeah, on a
how'd you get-
business.
How'd you get 75 cars on loans? How did the bank let you do that?
So have you heard of the loophole?
Like we buy multiple cars in.
Multiple cars at one time.
Yeah, because
that's-
they check each other.
Yeah, that's what we did.
So
Like-
what's the most amount you did in? I mean, it's like a month-ish, a couple weeks to a month. What's the most you did in that time period?
I tried to get as much cars as possible within a week. So so I actually go to the dealers, talk to them and whatever, and then I'm just getting cars like it was free. I'll take this one, that one, this one, that one.
Did you ever get multiple cars from the same dealership?
Yeah, the most like I was probably 10 cars in one dealership. So I was
You
just
got 10 cars in one day?
yep. Yeah, I had to kind of have a talk with the finance manager, tell him what I'm doing.
Yeah.
Have the GM, meet the GM, tell him what I'm doing. Hey, this is not going to be a fraud. I'm actually paying it off.
Yeah.
I just need like multiple cars and just help me shoot these cars out.
Yeah.
So yeah, they want to sell you cars. They want to make their money.
Yeah, of course. So, in that day that you bought 10 cars, do you remember like the total purchase price for what you're buying them from the dealership?
What was that?
So, the day that you bought 10 cars from one dealership, how much? Do you remember how much it was that you spent in that one day?
Nothing.
Well,
everything.
Well, I know you did. How much were the cars total that you bought that day?
I'm not sure. I think it was around like each car was probably like about 40,000 or so.
40,000, so 400,000.
Yeah, because some of them, I remember it was like, I don't even remember. It was just probably all my cars are around like 40K, 50K ish. Yeah.
Okay. And so is that how you want to keep growing? Is that strategy the loophole where you go to the dealerships and buy as many cars as you can within that week period?
Yeah. Mhm. And then I figured out after 6 months of paying 6 to 8 months after paying the the payments and make sure everything's on time, you could actually get more cars after that. So you know how after 10 cars we're like, hey, you know what? And then we saw a car that we really want. I went back to a dealership. It's like, hey, you think you'll approve me for this? Like, and then they run it. Yeah, it's approved. Like, hey, can you get me another 5 cars? And then they tried it. Boom, it works.
So what happens to your credit score after 10 cars hit?
Okay, so my credit score it went down almost about under. It dropped it about 150 points.
Oh,
Yeah, but
holy
yeah,
crap.
but I was like, yeah, you know what? We're gonna make money anyways. I'm
Yeah.
not gonna worry about that. And in about 4 to 5 months, it shot up like really high.
Wow.
Like it dipped, and then
Because you're paying it off.
yeah. So we were like worried, but we're just like whatever. But we checked again, like it just shot up like all the way up to the moon.
That's crazy. That's
Yeah.
crazy. So, what's your goal for this year? How do you want to expand? Are you going to be buying more cars? And do you think you'll ever need space, or do you think you'll always be able to keep this flow of high utilization?
I think I could keep this flow.
Okay.
I don't really need space yet because I just have it in my backyard or anything, and then I just maintenance everything in my garage.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How much bigger do you want to grow this year?
I'm trying to hit at least to 100 cars, at least there. Yeah. So I also have a fleet in Vegas too.
Okay. And you have
Yeah.
somebody manage that?
Yeah, I have my cousin managing that in Vegas.
Oh, nice.
So we
How
all have
big?
7 cars there.
7? Okay.
Yeah.
So, when you have 100, when you get to 100 cars, will you need more people to help, or do you think the people you have will be good?
We'll see. I should be okay, but if when time comes, and we'll see. I think we should be fine.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What would you say has been the most difficult part in the past 2 years getting to 75 cars?
The most difficult part, probably. They're all about the same. It's not much difficult. The most difficult is just managing and get these cars washed and ready to go, and maintenance them. That's it.
Yeah. Do you ever deal with big problems with customers or anything, or any? I mean, not you've nothing really.
Not really. Well, I have one of the cars got stolen. The other ones get like it gets totaled, but I'm not worried about it. Turo's coverage is good, and I just sometimes people get freaked out. I was like, okay, that's fine.
Yeah.
I'll just continue on my day.
Yeah.
Yeah. So basically, the Turo business it's not that difficult. It's really easy to manage. It's just basically the most time consuming is car washes, maintenance, and delivery. That's the main first thing.
Yeah. So how do you do car washes? Do you guys wash them yourself, or do you have a membership at a car wash?
Just a membership that just drives through the car wash and stuff.
And how many do you get? How many washes do you get a day? Because we have like 2 family plans, and each one has 2 washes per day, and we already need more.
So near my place, there's a gas station that lets you do once a day, but it doesn't count by car. It scans it by the app. So I could drive any car there.
Oh.
Your membership actually is by the car, right? Because they put a sticker on your windshield.
Yeah.
Yeah, this one is just scan it. So we have about like 4 memberships,
Okay.
and because if I have 7 cars, but I have like all $25 membership. That's not cheap.
Yeah.
And most of them, they're out for like a month or 2 months. Then that's not cheap. So we found a little gas station. Is basically you scan an app and you get to go once a day.
Okay. Nice. That's definitely a good way to do it.
Yeah.
What do you think is your biggest piece of advice for people getting started, or maybe have a smaller fleet on Turo?
Biggest advice. Well, I regret I didn't get more cars because I got scared with getting 10 cars at once. I should have went like 30 cars. that was that was my regret. I should have got more cars. Because when I hit 10 cars, I was like, I think I should be fine, But I wish I would have got more cars. Then I
I
would have.
mean, is that even possible in a week spanned by 30 cars?
Yeah, if your credit is good and all the banks approve you, there's more than 30 banks out there that you could go with. And
That's,
then each bank, I found out one of my finance manager, each bank can put with 2 cars, can put in 2 cars in their loan.
okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So when I first started, it was just 1 car on each bank. But after a while, I built a relationship with the finance manager. I met new managers from different dealerships, and yeah, I met this one finance manager. Yeah, I could do 2 cars in one bank.
Wow.
So yeah.
That's huge.
Yeah.
That was a game changer on how much time it took.
Yep.
So, are you going to be buying? What kind of cars do you want to be buying as you move forward for the next 25 to get to 100?
It depends. Probably around the same size cars that I'm having right now. Probably minivans and SUVs.
Okay.
Whatever that has no markup or really low markup. Because right now the markups are still up there right now.
Yeah. The markups definitely are crazy. How are paying like the taxes for like at the end of the year when you're paying your taxes on the business? Do you have your write-offs down pretty well?
Yeah, so my wife handles all the paperwork and stuff. So yeah, she have all those down already.
Nice. That's really nice.
Yeah, basically on gas, washes, and oils, tools, of course.
Yeah. So how you guys doing? How you guys doing maintenance?
In my garage, I do it myself.
You do everything on all the cars?
Yep, all the cars I do it myself. All my maintenance, my brakes, and because I used to own a body shop, so it's easy for me. So I save a lot of money, just doing it myself.
Wow, I can't imagine how much money you save. So, do you ever hit weeks where there's just like tons of stuff you have to do and it gets overbearing? I mean, I can imagine that maybe 5 or 6 oil changes come up in the span of a couple days.
Yeah. So sometimes I get like maybe 3 cars, 3 or 4 cars in a day, but I make sure I use the extended life oil, so actually it can last a little bit longer. So if the oil light comes on, I could kind of push it back a little bit
Okay.
to just schedule myself.
Yeah, that's nice. That's smart. So how are you managing like your how do you know when something needs to be done? How are you managing your like a spreadsheet for maintenance?
No. So basically, on the card, how the maintenance light comes on,
Yeah.
or once in a while we check, how many percent left on the cars, and once in a while I kind of look at the tires, look at the brakes, I just look at them and see like, hey, I think I have another month with this, or I have another 2 months. It's about like 20% life, 30% life, and just kind of go through it. Every time I wash the car or do a delivery car, I just walk around the car, look at the maintenance, make sure everything's topped off.
Nice. Yeah, that's. I mean, that works. If something's wrong, typically, if something's wrong, a light will come on or something.
Yeah, but I don't really count the light. So, but I just do a brief, a quick inspection before I let the car out. Anyways, make sure everything's safe.
Yeah. Well, cool. I mean, it sounds like you have a pretty good operation right now, and you're ready to expand.
Yeah.
Are you gonna buy all 25 cars in 1 week?
Well, we'll see. Let's see what kind of cars out there. I kind of want to wait till like a little bit later, since there are a lot of newer cars, like newer body styles that come out. I don't want to get the same thing that I have on my fleet right now.
Yeah.
So I'm trying because like after a couple of years, the cars have like a facelift. They look a little bit different.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I'm just trying to like line everything up that's a newer style and newer body change, just with those 25 cars.
Okay.
Yeah.
I probably should ask this earlier, but what are your plans on getting rid of cars? Do you have like a certain mile limit, or like what's your exit for the vehicles?
Exit for vehicles, I just wait till they get paid off and then just throw into CarMax.
CarMax?
Yeah, just CarMax or wherever. You know, once it's paid off, I get the title. Like, I don't. It doesn't really matter how much I get since the car's already paid for already, and I profit on top of them.
Yeah.
And basically, it's a free car.
Yeah, yeah. What are you doing for? Are you doing 60 months for most of the loans?
72 months.
Oh, 72. Okay.
Yeah.
72. So 60. That's 5 years. 6 years.
Yeah, about 6 years.
Okay. And you're 2 years in the business, so you haven't nothing's paid all the way down since you're making minimum payments. Okay.
Nope, except for the total loss ones.
Of course.
Yeah.
So you're 2 years in, so you probably have some cars that'll be coming up in about 4 years. They'll be fully paid off, and you'll be able to run it through CarMax and cash out.
Yep, and run it through cash and cash out.
And then you'll take that. I mean, if you're doing 0% down, you won't even need to reinvest any of it, right?
Yeah. That's why I just zero down everything. So that way
You haven't done any down payments for any of your cars yet?
like the higher end ones, like like the Range Rover, they want some down. I tried not to, but I ended up giving it $5,000 just because I wanted that car.
Okay.
Yeah.
What?
I try to keep it as low down payment as possible because the dealership, if they say you need a down payment, you don't need a down payment because they just try to get their commission right away.
Yeah.
You get it, you pay them so they get paid right away, so they get the commission. So you don't really need your a down payment.
Yeah. Wow. Huh. I didn't know that. I thought
Just gotta stay strong with the dealer. Like, I have no money. I want zero down.
Yeah.
You want to sell these 5 cars or no?
That's crazy, huh?
Yep.
That's cool. Well, I don't have anything else to add. Do you have anything you want to say to maybe people looking to get into the business?
Just don't be a chicken. But get as much cars as possible.
I love it. What do you want to do? You want to plug like your Turo or anything else you want to talk about?
Everything should be okay. You have any questions?
No, I think I answered all. I mean, it sounds like you have a pretty good fleet, and in no time you'll be at 100 cars, which is crazy, all by yourself. I mean, that's.
Oh yeah. Yep.
I'm excited for you. Well, I hope it goes well, and I hope you keep the high utilization, and congrats on what you've done so far.
Thank you. You too.
Thank you.
Okay. Bye.
See ya.